Hello and welcome. This message is for single ladies. So please, if you are a single lady, pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Marriage is a very beautiful thing. But if you get it wrong, that is by choosing the wrong person, you will hate not just marriage, even your life. There's an aspect I want to talk about today. It is not every woman that will be privileged or fortunate to marry a rich man or a financially stable man. But the aspect I want to talk about is that if you are not privileged, if you are not fortunate to marry a rich or financially stable man, make sure, make sure that you marry a man that is reasonable, a man that is well raised, a man that treats you right. Because if you marry a man that doesn't have money, and he doesn't also have manners, he doesn't treat you well, that is marrying a bad husband who is also poor. That is suicide mission. Let me make my point clear. There are men that are not rich, they are not financially stable yet, but they are very reasonable. When I mean reasonable. Some of them, you can actually see them working so hard. You see concrete and verifiable efforts that they are making to succeed in life. Alongside they are being very reasonable. They treat you right. It's just a matter of time they will succeed financially. But meanwhile, they are very reasonable, very okay. Let me give you an example. I had this male staff that was living in a face me, I face you apartment, 2 rooms. He had 2 daughters, you know, his wife, 2 daughters, and him living in a face me, I face you 2 rooms. But this guy is so reasonable that every time he's talking about his wife, he's always praising his wife. Now, to the point that even with his small salary, there's this woman that used to bring clothes and shoes to our office, women clothes and shoes to our office. This man will buy shoes, he will buy clothes, he will buy for his children, sometimes even on credit. And when he receives his salary, he will pay the woman. He's always, my wife this, my wife that. To the point that I will take this man out and buy pepper soup for him. Immediately he tastes the pepper soup. The next thing you hear is Munyam ga like, well, Munyam ga like, yeah. That means my wife will like this. And the next thing we tell the waiters to package the pepper soup as takeaway so that he can take it home for his wife. Immediately we close from the office, this man goes home straight. He doesn't go to beer parlor. He hardly drinks. He doesn't womanize. Immediately if you call him on the phone anytime, he's already at home. He's always running home to be with his wife and children. This man will use the last money he has to pay for GoTV so that the wife can watch her Star Life or Indian movies, and then children can watch their PJ Masks and all those things. He's always laughing, playing with his wife. If you are with him, he can call his wife 10 times, in an hour or less. The same thing, before you know it, the wife will call. And before you know, you see him smiling. That is, he's chatting with his wife. You hardly hear him talk about it. We have female staff, but you hardly see him with anybody except the normal interaction with other staff members. And then before you, so such a reasonable man, a woman can do anything to be with such a man, even if he doesn't have money. Even as a woman, if you are working hard to support such a man financially, you will not feel it. But imagine supporting a man that is not reasonable, that's struggling as a woman to pay bills for a man that doesn't treat you well, a wayward man, an unreasonable man, a wife batterer, a womanizer, a drunkard, a man that keeps late nights here and there. Then you're struggling to feed him, feed children, pay school fees, And then the danger with such stark broke men is that even with all your effort, they have bad mouths. And then you practically walk on eggshells. You practically walk on eggshells because anything you say or do will be used against you. They misconstrue your words and actions so easily. The next thing you hear is it because you are the one providing for the family? Is it because you are the one doing this? Is it because it's your money that we are spending? They are not even grateful. So that's why it's better to even run away from them. If you marry the one that has money and is not reasonable, is manageable, at least you could enjoy the money. But going to marry the one that is not reasonable, those poor men with poorly developed ego, those insecure men, you'll be battling his insecurity, battling his bad behavior, and then battling, struggling financially to feed him and children and clothe him and pay bills here and there. That is stupidity. Don't try it. Don't try it at all, at all. So bottom line or summary of my point is, if you are not fortunate to marry a man that has money or is rich, please endeavor to marry the one that is reasonable, the one that treats you right, the one that you'll be happy to be with, the one that you have peace of mind being with, the one that you can struggle financially, you can work, you can hustle to support, and you will do it with happiness, knowing that it's reasonable. Those reasonable ones are reasonable. Don't bother about what they say, because it doesn't have, when they have, they will change. If you see those ones, you will know. Like the man I mentioned, I don't think there's any kind of man that will make that one change the way he treats his wife and his two daughters. So look at the man you want to settle down with. Don't make the mistake, because if you choose wrongly, life will never remain the same. My name is Chidi Okorafor. Please don't forget to share this video so that as many as possible women can hear or watch the video. And don't also forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Thank you for watching.